Well, welcome everyone. We're so excited to have you here. Today, we're going to be talking about new products for LVI for iPad users. The PowerPoint that we have up right now has a silhouette of a girl sitting at a desk, and she's got the new product in front of her, and she's looking at a document. The camera that is on the iPad solution is just like the camera that's on the tab. So it is in that bendable arm, and it's on the left-hand side. The right-hand side. The reason I happen to say left-hand side is the cool thing about this, you can actually turn the unit around, and Christopher will show you that in a minute. So whether you're left-handed or right-handed, we have a solution for both. Welcome. I am Kimberly Klein, Sales Director for North America, LVI America, and we're really, really thrilled that you're here today. The next slide is new solutions for iPad users. Our popular range of products for education and professionals are expanding with solutions also for the iPad. This is probably one of the most requested products that we had. We already work with PC, Mac, Chrome, and with PC, of course, you can use your Surface Pro Tab, and we also offer the Surface Pro Tablet solution, and now we have an iPad solution. Thank you for joining us. Those of you that want to receive ACB REPs, we do have some learning objectives today, so pay close attention to that. And then at the end, we'll tell you where to send the entrance and exit code for getting your ACB REPs. But the first learning objective is to learn about the ease of using the new iPad solution called the MagniLink WifiCam. We're calling this the all-in-one solution because there's actually two solutions. The other one is called the Magni Wi-Fi. The second learning objective, to discuss the versatility of this device and how it can seamlessly integrate into a student's learning environment. And the third learning objective, to appraise which combination of video magnifier and iPad is the best fit for an end user with low vision. On the next slide, we actually have a picture of the MagniLink WifiCam. It, again, has a camera that's on an arm, very much like the tab camera. So it's a bendable arm, and you can bend it up, down, lower, higher, however you want to use it. And the neat thing about it is you're connecting that camera into a box, and that box has a battery which will allow you to run the camera for up to 6 hours. It also has a router system which allows you to connect to the actual iPad wirelessly. So this all-in-one solution, first of all, we don't sell iPads, so that's the one of the things I wanted to bring up. So if you already have your own iPad, that's great. We do support all iPads that work with iOS 15 and higher. So it doesn't matter if it's what size it is, if it's the mini, as long as your iPad will work with iOS 15 and higher, then that you'll work with our product. The price for the all-in-one solution is $3,695. We also have another page that goes into the kind of the features of the product. And this is the MagniLink, again, WifiCam. We're back showing the girl with a silhouette at the desk. And it says, connect to your iPad via Wi-Fi. So what's really cool about that is you can have your iPad at the desk. So I always say, you know, if you've got a kid that's too cool for school, they don't want to have assistive technology at their desk, they could have the iPad right there. You're connected wirelessly. They could have the box that has the distance camera off to the side or on the teacher's desk, have it pointed at the board to be able to see what they want to see in distance. And then they do have the ability to just have their iPad on the desk, which is really, really awesome. It has a built-in battery, again, that runs for about 6 hours. It has a full HD camera that does distance, near, and self-viewing. Also, you have the ability to split the screen, save images, video record, text-to-speech, save and open documents, and now you can even fill in documents. That's a new feature that's been added. You can also use gestures, touch icons within the software to control everything. And of course, it has the built-in or a carrying case, which all of our portable products have. And already people are asking some questions in regards to the software. So the software is up on the App Store, and it is right now the software that's up there is a free version, and it is a scaled down version, so it would not have OCR and some of the features we're going to show you today. But once we go live with the product, there'll be a free version up there always, and then a paid for version that you then will be able to use with the MagniLink WifiCam. So you get the software on the App Store. Another question that has came up is, how do you connect wirelessly? Well, again, in this box, we have a router, and that allows you to connect wirelessly. We'll have Christopher show that off in a second where you go to do that, but just where you would normally go on your iPad to connect to the Wi-Fi, and you're going to pick the router name, and he'll talk more about that. You select that. That's going to allow it to connect to the actual iPad, and then you'll have the software and be able to use it seamlessly, and you'll see it live in just a minute. The second product that we have available is called the Magni Wi-Fi. So this one doesn't have the camera because this solution allows you to build upon our other products. So if you already have a MagniLink S or a Pro or a Zip, let me go one screen further. It has a picture of the Pro, the S, and the Zip. If you have any of these products, you have the ability to have that be your camera to connect to the MagniLink Wi-Fi. So then you would just end up getting the box that's in the center. I'm going to go back a slide now. In the center of this slide, there's a circle around a black box, and that is the Magni Wi-Fi. That's where you're going to plug either your MLS, your Pro, or your Zip into that box. Now, if you're using it with a Zip, you have to have a Zip with a connection board. So that is really important because you've got to be able to plug it in. So when you get the Magni Wi-Fi solution, you're getting the box and the software because you already have your camera. Again, MLS, Pro, or Zip camera will be able to connect with it. And it also needs to be and have the latest firmware. So if you have any products that you purchase November 2021 or after that, you've got the latest firmware. But if you have an older MLS, Pro, or Zip with a connection board that you bought prior to that, you possibly are going to need to send that in for a firmware update. So the best thing to do with that is just to contact Catherine or myself, and you'll have our contact information at the end, and we can provide you that information. If you need to do a firmware update, you would send it into our service center, and he can do that quickly and return that back to you. So I did want to bring that up. So this is a great diagram that Catherine put together on this slide. It says not included. You're not getting the S, you're not getting the Pro, and you're not getting the Zip because you already have it. That's why you went with this solution. You're utilizing cameras that you already have. Included with the Magni Wi-Fi is the actual box that has the router and the battery, and of course, the wonderful software called MagniLink Viewer. And what's not included is the iPad. With either solution, the iPad is not included. You would need to have your own iPad. So as I mentioned, you could go up to the App Store now and get MagniLink Viewer if you're wanting to try it, put it on your tablet, or you're wanting to put it on your iPhone. These are the three products that are the companion products that work with the iPad solution and also our Air solution, which we're not going to get into today, but these three products do support that as well. Some people are asking, what is the MagniLink Pro? Because they haven't heard of it before. So the MagniLink Pro is kind of like the MagniLink S on steroids. It sits up higher. It has a 30x optical zoom camera. So if you're wanting to have and see a bigger viewing area to look at legal documents, that type of thing, this is a great product for you. So definitely reach out if you have more questions, and we would be glad to answer those for you. And then we've got the Zip here with the connection board and the S. So these are the three products. The MagniLink Wi-Fi, in this picture, we're showing an iPad on a desk, then we're showing the MagniLink S, and then we're showing the Magni Wi-Fi box over in the corner of the desk, and it's connected with a cord. But all the same software features work with this because it's exactly the same software. You're just utilizing, again, an MLS camera, a Pro camera, or a Zip, and you already have those. or you want to purchase them at that time. And you could purchase an MLS and the Magni Wi-Fi at that time. The price for the MagniLink Wi-Fi is $1,395. Again, we support all iPads that work with iOS 15 or higher. We're going to stop here because we're going to go live to Christopher. Christopher is going to be talking a little bit about LVI because I didn't go into that. And he'll explain a little bit about our location in Sweden. He's also going to talk about cameras and why full HD is important, why fast refresh rate is important. And he will then be showing the products to you live. There's already some questions coming through. I appreciate that. So let me just address these really quickly so you're not thinking about them while Christopher's presenting. These products, you can place orders for them now. Our resellers that place their orders for their demo units already will be getting those in July. And then we will have products to actually shipped for customers to fulfill orders for customers and for our resellers for customers. We're looking at September is the scheduled date. But I will just say this, place your order today, place a pre-order. You're not going to be billed for anything until it ships. And we have to base it on when the order comes in. That's the next order that goes out. So we do have a back order situation because we've had some interest in this product already, but that's fine. We'll get those right out. And then if you got your order in today, it could ship out right away when those other back orders ship out. Again, we're looking right around September. All right, Christopher, take it away.
Thank you, Kimberly, and hello, everyone. My name is Chris Caswell. I work as the export sales manager here for LVI Low Vision International, and I will be doing this webinar with Kimberly today, live here from Sweden. As Kimberly mentioned, we will be looking at the new product that's coming to the market from LVI, where you can now finally work with an iPad. But before we go deeper into those products, I'd like to share some thoughts about video magnifiers in general, where there are numerous different types of products and product categories on the market today, and LVI is covering most of them, actually. But it's important to ask yourself, or the one you are evaluating your product for, some questions to really find the product or products that works for each individual. There are handheld devices or portables, as some call them. In this case, I'm holding a 5-inch video magnifier here. Perfect product for, let's say, spot reading, or you'd like to check where the mail is coming from, or bring to the grocery store or to the restaurant. Perfect. But it's not completing all the tasks you may be looking for. You also have foldable all-in-one solutions that are transportable. You also have traditional desktop CCTVs with the larger screens. You have computer-connected cameras where you load the software on the computer, etc. So there are numerous different types of products. Some will do distance viewing, some will do text-to-speech, some will save and open documents, etc. It's, of course, also important to look for the ergonomics part of the product when it's in use. If you're looking for something that should be transportable or portable, how convenient is it to actually bring the device from, let's say, classroom to classroom, or from one place to another in an office environment? When you are in home, how much space is the device actually taking? How large is the footprint? Do you have that space? Etc. There are many different types of questions to ask and to seek for the answers before you can actually move forward with your choice of device. All right. iPad users have been demanding a good video magnifier for quite some time, and we are now going to launch one complete product that I have next to me here. We will take a deeper look in just a minute here. And on the other table I have next to me is a setup of one of our camera devices where you, thanks to an accessory, you're also able to connect it to an iPad. How it's working? Well, let me have you come a little closer to me here. There we go, that should be fine. So what I have is an iPad. This is an iPad Pro 12.9-inch screen model. It works on any iPad that's running iOS 15 or later. The product itself comes in a carrying case, of course. I have one over here. So it's a carrying case with hard sides, shoulder strap, 2 pockets for iPad or material. And inside it's in high contrast with orange and black, so it's easy to find what you're looking for. The product can be, as it is in this case, where the external camera comes out on the right side of the product on its external flex arm. You can also turn the device as simply as that, and then place the iPad on this side of the product instead. So you get the camera on the left side if you're a left-handed person and prefer that. You connect to your iPad via Wi-Fi. So on your iPad, or you turn on the device, you turn on your iPad on the Wi-Fi, settings on your iPad, you search for the network we are creating, which is named MagniLink _ and then the product name and the serial number. You connect to it, you got a password that's attached on a sticker to underneath this product, and then you are connected to it. You go to App Store, you download the application we have, and you are ready to start using your new video magnifier for iPad. I will have you come in a bit closer. Something like that. When I go into the settings menu of the device, I go to application. And also here, it says network. And I'm currently connected to my own iPhone here, so I share my iPhone as a hotspot. If I scan, I get all the available Wi-Fi networks in the environment where I'm currently at. And I can choose any one of them. What I'm doing here is I'm currently connected to my iPhone, as I said. So we close there and we go out of our software and we can go on internet. So I can be connected via Wi-Fi to the camera and the internet at the same time. And thanks to the way we added this scan function in the software, it makes it very easy and convenient to connect to the internet. So let's go back to the software. And let me zoom out a little bit here before we take a deeper look in the software. On the hardware aspect, you have the external camera. It's a full HD 1080p camera on a flex arm, as I mentioned before. So this could be swinged around any way you want. The camera also moves, so you can have it in front of the iPad or the product. You can have it on the side. You can grab the camera, turn it upwards towards you. Coming back to the hardware part of the product, the external camera is mounted on the flex arm, where you can swing the camera and angle the camera more or less in any angle you like. You can have the camera coming in front of the device if you prefer that. You can have it on the side. You can grab the camera and pull it upwards and towards you very easily. And now we're looking in distance viewing on the picture behind me here. I simply go back, and I'm back on my paper. Let's take a closer look at the software. I will have you coming in really close up here. There we go. There is 3 ways how to control the product and the software. You can use gestures on the screen. For example, pinch and zoom. You can use a Bluetooth keyboard or a keyboard connected to the iPad and use short commands on the keyboard where, for example, arrow up will zoom in, arrow down will zoom out. And the third way is to use the integrated icon bar within the software. So 3 ways how to control the device. What features are there? Well, first of all, you can do, let's call them the basics. So you can zoom in and out, you can add different types of reference lines and maskings, if you prefer that, if that's enhancing your reading experience. So you have vertical and horizontal. You can change the high contrast. You can easily always go back to the true color. And you can easily jump back and forth your favorite high contrast and true color. If needed, you can adjust the contrast. Other than those basics, you can video record and save images. So if I save an image, I tap here, or I do F5 on the keyboard, and we will save what's in the window of our application. Save on the computer. I can do the same, but video record, and it will capturing voices as well through the microphone of the iPad. I can do split screen. In this case, on this specific iPad model, I have 2 cameras on the iPad. I have one rear camera and one front camera. I can, of course, turn those off if I so like. If I have them active, I can split the screen, splitting in this case with the external camera and the built-in rear camera on the iPad. I can adjust the split. So in this case, I'm currently looking behind the iPad here in this specific angle with the iPad camera. And I'm also live on my right side with the external camera, which of course could be pointed in distance in such case. I have various splits included, as well as the full screen of both of those available cameras. We have text-to-speech OCR built in. So I either tap the screen with one finger, I do F4 on the keyboard, or I press OCR in the function bar within the software. So let's do that.
Thank you for choosing 56.
You hear a camera sound, and then it starts to read. It's very accurate, but still very fast between the command and until it starts to read. Here you also have some settings that you could do. The first one is you have a menu on the left showing your scanned images or scanned texts. You can scan, of course, multiple text and then jump between the ones. In this case, I only have one text. If I don't like to have this menu, of course, I can remove it. I can adjust the way I am following the text. This is what we call the actual text, where it's highlighting the word that's being read out loud. I could change it to the line, the word in the center, the actual image.
6. You've made a great choice. Let us have.
If I have this mode, I can zoom in, pan around, and I can press any word.
Your device is newly manufactured into the.
And it will start to read from that word. So anyway, I prefer. I can, of course, jump backward and forward into text easily, sentence by sentence, word by word, character by character, etc. I can also save this text. I can save it on this iPad, and I can also open another text that I have as a digital document on this iPad via either short commands on my keyboard or those icons in the bar. Very easily. Let's go back to live view here again. You can also scan a form or any type of document where you would like to make some own notes. For example, if you have an iPad pencil or any of these type of stylus pencils. I go to the notepad feature within the software. Again, the same as in the text-to-speech view, it's showing my available images. And this is the one that's live where I could add text, highlight words, and add text box. I will first of all remove the menu on the left. Then I will zoom in on the document, and then I will add a pencil. So I can now easily type. I could change the color of the text and the size of it. I could use a highlighter. Same thing here. Change the color and the size of the highlighter. Add a text box. I could type on this keyboard, the built-in iPad one, or my external keyboard if I had one connected. Of course, I could adjust the size and the color of this one as well. Now, if I'd like to save this form so that I can forward it to my teacher or whoever it is, I can do so from here. Save it on my iPad and then forward it. Let's go back to live again. There we are. So that's a quick view of the new MagniLink WifiCam that's coming for targeting iPad users. As I mentioned, on the other side of the table, let me come over here. What I have here is an iPad, the same iPad Pro 12.9-inch screen. Again, it could have been any iPad running iOS 15 or later. I have our MagniLink S Premium 2 product that I'm pretty sure some of you will be familiar with. It's a foldable small camera device that works on MacBook, PC, Chromebook, and now also thanks to this accessory on an iPad. The accessory, as well as the MagniLink WifiCam, are containing a battery running the device for up to 6 hours. It's also, of course, containing the Wi-Fi electronics needed in order to have the camera speaking to the iPad. Same thing here, I can also be on the internet at the same time. And you are using the exact same software or application that you will download from App Store. Meaning that what you saw on the other table just a minute ago is the same that you will see here, but we have a different hardware setup. Here you have the same. Run it with a keyboard, gestures, or the touchscreen and the bar. So, how to pick any of those two? Well, the MagniLink WifiCam is a complete solution for iPad users, where you get the stand, you get the external camera, you get the software, including text-to-speech, and you get the box containing the electronics and the battery, as well as a carrying case. So that is a complete solution. All you need is to add is an iPad. The other product or setup we have here is any of our computer connected cameras. MagniLink S Premium 2, MagniLink Zip, MagniLink Pro, connected to this accessory box with its own built-in battery and electronics, and then you can connect to an iPad. The reason you would go with this is, first of all, we do have quite a few of those MagniLinks out there, so all you need is to add the box. Second of all, this is a setup where you are more flexible between the platforms. So currently we are on an iPad, but you could also connect this MagniLink S Premium 2 or the MagniLink Zip with its connection board or the Pro to a PC, a Mac, and or a Chromebook. So if you have an iPad at school and a PC at home, or you have an iPad right now, but you may get a PC next school year or whatever the situation may be, this is a more flexible solution between the different platforms. Whereas the WifiCam is only for iPad.
Thank you, Christopher. It was so great to learn all about the Magni Wi-Fi and the MagniLink WifiCam all the way from Sweden today, and to get to see this great new iPad technology. I wanted to join you and show you just a couple things with VoiceOver. As Christopher showed off earlier, we also work with Zoom, which is incredible that we support and work so well with the built-in accessibility that's already there with the iPad. So we're really, really excited about that. So you can see on the screen that I have my MagniLink WifiCam. I also have the small XY table that Christopher had earlier with a document underneath it. And then I have the iPad sitting in the stand. So I'm going to talk going from left to right, the actual menu buttons or the buttons at the bottom. And those of you that say, well, they look pretty familiar, that's correct. They're very much like the tab. We've added a new few features in, but it is very much like the tab. So going from left to right, you've got the camera with the A, and then you've got the two cameras. So the first one, the camera with the A, that switches you back and forth between OCR mode and the actual camera. The two cameras with the crooked arrow take you back and forth between, actually you can do up to 3 cameras Then we have the actual icon that looks like a sheet of paper with a line down the middle. That's how you can split the screen and also change the size of the split. Then you have a minus, which makes the text smaller. A plus makes it bigger. OCR to do your OCR. You have a picture of the camera and the video camera. That's where you can take pictures and video. And you also can do how Christopher used the form filling feature today. So that's really good. And then we have the eyeball and the wrench. That's where we change the colors. You can also rotate the image and do a few other things in there. And then we have the menus. So let's first of all quickly listen to some of the buttons, because of those of you that are joined us that maybe have never used VoiceOver with something that has buttons that you can touch. I want you to kind of be able to listen to that.
Settings button.
So we're in settings and it said button.
Low battery.
And I have a low battery and that's fine.
Low power. MagniLink viewer button.
Okay,
Settings.
So it reads everything, as you can tell. So that was kind of cool, kind of like a screen reader would do. And now if I hit the one next to the settings one.
Video settings button. Take picture or record video button. OCR button.
So let's say I wanted to perform an OCR. We didn't want to just hear that it was a button. We want to perform it.
OCR button.
Whoops, I didn't do it fast enough. You double tap it.
OCR. Mani Wi-Fi. Simply plug in the MagniLink video Magnifier of your choice to the Mani Wi-Fi box with a single cable and pause speech button. Start speech.
So now we have a whole different menu system at the bottom of the screen, but those buttons also talk as well. So a second ago, I hit the pause play button. I also could, if I wanted to save this document, I could go back into settings, or I could go back to live view, which is the first icon, which is the one that's the A with the camera. So we're going to go to that one.
Switch view button.
So if I hit that, double tap it.
Switch view.
Now I'm back to actual live view. So I could go into the menus, I can do everything. I just wanted you guys to have an opportunity to actually experience it, the new product with using VoiceOver. It was really exciting for me. I was out showing this product at a location, and the person that was there is a really good screen reader user. And they said, does it work with VoiceOver? I said, I don't know, I hadn't tried it yet. And he went in, he turned on VoiceOver, and he was just having a heyday with it. And so it was great for me to see that someone that's a really good screen reader user was able to function with it quite well. And he himself has very limited vision. So that was exciting. So that's all we're going to show you for live right now. And we're now going to go back to the PowerPoint and finish up. Also, thank you for joining us today for our webinar. We do host monthly webinars, but we are taking a break for the summertime. And we will be back in September, but you can go to our website where we list all of our webinars, and it's www.lviamerica.com/webinar. And if you check back late August, we will have all of our webinars listed for the fall. Starting in September, we'll do a back to school webinar and feature a little bit of the MagniLink tab again, or excuse me, the iPad, the tab, and talk about the MagniLink S. Those of you that joined us today that are wanting ACVREP credits, all you need to do is send an email to acvrep@lviamerica.com. And in that email, just put in the entrance code and the exit code, and then you will get an email back. So that's a direct email to the person that works and handles all the ACVREP credits for us. And actually, you'll see her picture in just a minute. So make sure that you just acvrep@lviamerica.com. entrance code, exit code, send that off, and she'll get back to you. Alrighty, our contact information. Christopher, as I mentioned, is in Sweden, so I didn't give you his phone number, but you can email him if you have any comments or questions, and it's Christopher. It's CHRISTOFER.Caswell, CASSWALL @lvi.se. I'm Kimberly Klein. Feel free to reach out to me via email or call me, or you can text me on my cell phone. And my email address is kimberly.klein@lviamerica.com. And my phone number is 702-468-6611. And as I mentioned, Catherine Gettle handles the ACVREP credits. She also put this presentation together. And if you want to reach out to Catherine in regards to anything, feel free to email her at Catherine, CATHERINE.Gettle@lviamerica.com, or you can call her as well at 802-236-4404. Thanks again, everyone. We look forward to you taking a little bit of a break, I hope, in the summer, and we'll be back in September with our next webinar. Have a great day.